Welcome in, NCAA hockey fans. It is Frozen 4 week. I'm right here in beautiful Denver, Colorado, in front of Magnus Arena. I'm told it's 1,976 miles from Magnus Arena to the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. The Denver Pioneers behind me are getting into final practice. They will leave early Tuesday morning to arrive in Boston mid-afternoon. Get prepared to play a big matchup against the University of Michigan, the Wolverines. Two styles that are very, very similar, but it's not about the styles. It's about winning a national championship. And here at the University of Denver, it's all about national championships. It's great to win cups along the way. It's great to win the Gold Pan. It's great to win the Penrose Cup. It's great to win the Frozen Face-Off. It's good to win a regional. That gets you into the Frozen Four. But behind me, there's 8 national championship trophies. They're looking for number 9. Head coach David Carle, Bobby Brink, Ryan Barrow, and Cameron Wright have all had an opportunity to speak with me this week in preparations for what they expect to be a fantastic weekend. And hopefully this time next week, we're right here at Magnus Arena celebrating the national championship. I'll be with them live in Boston all week long. We ask you to tune in, check out the podcast. We'll be doing a live podcast every night, Thursday till next Wednesday, and bring you up to date on what's going on with Pioneer Hockey as they prepare to work towards achieving number 9, the 9th national championship in program history. Scott Strandy with you today, live outside a beautiful, sunny Denver, Colorado, and Magnus Arena. Welcome in, hockey fans, back to the University of Denver. 2 more games, and you hoist the big one. Do you let yourself think about that yet, Ryan Barrow?
Yeah, I think it's hard not to think about that. I think it's obviously pretty realistic for us to go into a weekend and win 2 games like we've done so many times this year. But obviously, it starts with that first game against Michigan.
I asked Coach Carle about the experience and the growth in this team this year, and he said he thought he saw more growth from St. Paul to Loveland than the rest of the season. You've been around here a while. What's the growth been like for you, and what have you seen?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Obviously, I think St. Paul, you kind of saw us maybe get contained a bit by Duluth there, and I think just for us to be able to play a team like UMass Lowell that's kind of like Duluth and then Duluth and just come away with 2 wins, I think it shows unbelievable growth and change and guys buying in, changing their game a bit to make us successful.
All season long, you guys have found ways to win, whether it be on the road, whether it come from behind, whether it get a big lead and maintain it, whether it's a tight game. The other thing Coach told me earlier in the year was he's messing up with the lines a little bit so that when it comes to tournament time, everybody can play with everybody and feel comfortable. It happened. It happened with you on Saturday afternoon, right? Your thoughts on that line?
Yeah, I thought obviously we're such a talented group. Anyone you get to play with on our team, you're pretty lucky, and it's probably going to work out. But we found out Friday that was going to be the change, and I think obviously we kind of had to change it from St. Paul. So I was really excited. I've played with Cole actually quite a bit in my time here last year, but that was my first time playing with Bob, and I thought we did a great job together. I thought we worked well. Obviously, with playing with those 2 skilled players, I'm just trying to get the puck back for them as quick as possible when we do lose it. So, I thought it worked well.
So from up above, I watched your team struggle against Duluth in St. Paul, and then I thought, what are you going to do differently? And here's what I noticed. You tell me if I'm close. It looked like in St. Paul you moved it up the boards and got contained. It looked like in Loveland you moved it up the boards, but then you found the guy in the middle, and then you hit them with speed, and they've had a hard time handling it. Am I close?
Yeah, I think you're correct. I think we were able to get pucks to the middle, and obviously we're a skilled team, so we don't want to be jamming pucks up the board all night. I think that kind of fits into Duluth's trap, but I think also we just played a way harder game. I think everyone was bought into playing harder. You see Sav's goal there at the end, he's going to the net front right off a draw. I think, top to bottom, I think everyone was just bought in being harder to play against, and I think you saw the success as I think we controlled large amounts of that game. So
When you look at the teams in the Frozen Four, it's arguably the best four teams in the country from start to finish. But they're all different styles. You guys get Michigan. You know what they have for a roster. You know what they're going to bring. How do you play against that?
Yeah, obviously there's a lot of skill over there, a lot of draft picks. I think if we just play our game, we play hard, we're gonna have success. I think a lot of guys are licking their chops at this matchup. I think we're really excited for it.
I said it should have been a late game. I pushed for it. I got nowhere with it. But does it really matter to you when you play? It's just a game is a game?
Not at all. Game's a game, I think. So, yeah.
Okay, so you've been around this Denver program for a long time. You've seen the ups and downs. You've seen the COVIDs. You've seen the non-COVIDs. Where does this team rank in your 5 years here?
Honestly, I've been lucky. I've been here. I've been with great groups of teammates all 4 years. But I think this year, I don't know what it is. I think it might be because it is my last year, not taking anything for granted. But I've had the most fun this year, I think. Yeah. Just unbelievable group of guys. I've never really been on a team this close. Whether it's guys, seniors and fifth years going to eat at the calf with the freshmen or playing video games with the younger guys, we gel so well, and I think kind of translates to the ice. So
this is unusual with a bye week, if you will, before the Frozen Four. You guys haven't had many of those, especially with COVID. So define what you do this week. How do you keep your mind focused on the prize ahead, but still try to get work done?
Yeah, I think it's kind of nice to reset. I think obviously with the COVID rescheduling there, I think I don't know how many weekends we played in a row, but it was definitely the most by far in my years here. So I think it's kind of nice. Guys can kind of reset, maybe not really think about hockey too much, and then we can dial it in here when we are at the rink and prepare for Michigan.
Tell us about Boston. What do you expect? You've been to a Frozen Four, the pageantry, the media requests, all that kind of stuff. What do you expect this year in Boston?
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be the same. I think there's a lot of distractions, so you got to kind of zone those out and not worry about those. Whether it's like the police escorts or all the media, like you said. I think just the team that goes there for business is probably going to have the most success.
All right, final one for you. Who's coming out to support you? You got family coming out and friends and different people coming to Boston?
Yeah, I got my brother, my parents are coming out from Banff, and then I think I have like 10 family members from my dad's side coming out from New Hampshire, and then my girlfriend goes to grad school in Providence, so they'll all be there. And actually, my best buddy is also coming from Banff too, so that'll be awesome.
It's going to be a fun time. Enjoy it, soak it all in, your last one, and make it your best one, okay?
Thank you. We will.
That's Ryan Barrow, folks. He's ready to go. Boston's waiting for him. He's waiting for Boston.
Thank you. Really, JR? You think you can still do this?
I'm focused.
You're way too old to hit that target from there.
I've been listening to everything you said. It's been running through my head, locked and loaded.
All right, still got it. Still got it.
Who's old now?
Preview time, NCAA time. I'm here at the University of Denver. Cam Wright's with me. He's still got a little bit of a smile because he knows he is 2 wins away from hoisting that trophy you wanted to hoist for a long time. Yeah. Tell me about it right now as we talk on a bye week. What's it like?
That's pretty exciting. That's why you come to Denver to play in these big games and have this opportunity. So I'm super excited to play next week and can't wait for it to start.
4 weeks ago, something like that, you and I talked, and you said, I've never hoisted a trophy before until I got to Denver. Mm-hmm. You've hoisted a couple now, but we're waiting for the big one. How's it been? Has it really sunk in yet that you're two wins away from a national championship?
No, I don't think so. Obviously, we know we're in the Frozen Four, but there's a lot of work to go. We're halfway there, so there's a lot of work to go, and hopefully once it happens, then I'll have time to rest and let it soak in. But for now, it's just keep business, pedal to the metal, and get going.
Have you become the funny guy in the locker room yet? Because I asked you that last time. No? Still serious?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that's my role.
Okay, I'm going to ask you this one. Coach Carl told me that I asked him about the experience, and he said, I think I've seen more growth and experience from our team from St. Paul to Loveland than the entire season, which is saying something because you got a lot of freshmen. Your thoughts on that comment?
Yeah, I agree. Like obviously playoff hockey's a different animal, and when when we went to St. Paul and played Duluth the first time, we weren't necessarily ready for them. We kind of thought we'd score a bunch of goals and it would happen automatically, but we took that and we had a great week of practice and we learned, and then we came back and played two really tough teams, and obviously Duluth again on Saturday, and we learned how to play. And I like what DC said, it's a ton of growth, and guys figured out how to play and win the right way.
I've followed you all year because I thought you were an interesting case study. So I hope you take that the right way as a compliment.
I guess so.
You worked well with the freshmen that you worked with. I thought you were a leader on and off the ice from what I could see. But I saw a different Cam Wright in Loveland. I saw a Cam Wright that was really stepping up. I saw you talking to officials. I saw you talking to your line mates. What happened? Anything? Or is it just different?
No, I think it's just playoff hockey, right? It's the most important games of my career and huge for the team, obviously. And so I think just kind of realizing that this is do or die and desperation, and I'm just trying to just play as well as I can and have the team play as well as we can because we know how important it is to us and to the program.
It looked like against UMass Lowell, about the second period, you guys turned the Denver Jets on, I call it, because you guys can fly when you really turn it on. So was there something that happened tangibly that you can say, hey, we got much better? Because you blew Minnesota Duluth out of the water that first period at least.
Yeah, I agree. I think that we've shown all year that when we keep the puck and time possession is key for us. We have guys that obviously could hold on to the puck and make plays, and I think we kind of just realize, have the confidence and we believe that we can win these games, and and then guys start holding on to pucks, started making plays that they can make, and then it shows what happens there. The relentless pressure, it's hard for teams to take, and eventually we find a way to win both those games.
Tell me about the highlight reel goal against Lowell that you got going hard to the net. It's right on your stick and it's in the back of the net.
Yeah, it was just obviously a lucky play, but I kicked it out to Mays, and then he saw me cut into the net and he didn't think he had a pass along the ice, so he thought might as well throw it in the air and see what happens. And it kind of came in pretty slow. I just saw it and thought I'd throw my stick on it, and I honestly thought he saved it, but luckily it snuck in, and that was a big one for us.
Okay, so you're headed to Boston. It's the Frozen Four. Have guys told you what the Frozen Four is going to be like? Have you thought about what that week is going to be like?
We've talked about it, but I haven't honestly thought about it that much. Like, obviously, our main focus is Thursday at 5 o'clock against Michigan, but I think when that'll come, we'll enjoy it, and I think guys have to. It doesn't happen that often, so just kind of enjoy it and soak it in and make sure it's a business trip and that we win 2 games.
Okay, obviously it's going to be big media. It's going to be police escorts. It's going to be all that good stuff that you get with the Frozen Four. Family and friends coming out. A lot of people coming to watch you. What's happening?
Yeah, I got my family coming. It's only about 7-8 hours from my hometown, which is obviously still pretty far, but it's drivable. So they're coming to watch for sure. It's going to be awesome.
Okay, what does it mean on Saturday night in 10 days? You're hoisting that trophy. You have any idea what those emotions would feel like? Have you let yourself go there yet?
No, we got 2 big games first, but if that happens, then I'll think about it at that point. But we got 2 big games to worry about first, and Thursday at 5 is the first one against Michigan.
Well, let me tell you how I follow a game. I follow it through my camera lens, and I always know who's an influence on the game by my camera lens. You were in there a lot. I must have 4,000 pictures of you. So keep it up and bring home that big trophy to Denver.
Absolutely, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
Cam Wright's ready, folks. The Frozen Four just, just over
8 days.
8 8 days. Not that he's counting, folks.
Exactly.
Thanks, Cam. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, man. Welcome
Thank you.
in, hockey fans. It's Frozen Four week. I've got the Hobie hat trick finalist, the junior at University of Denver, Bobby Brink, with me again. Bobby, we've talked all year long. It's coming down to the final 2 games, right?
Yep, for sure.
Tell me about this trip to Boston. What's going through your head right now? It's been a week, a little more than a week since you guys won the regional. What's it been like?
Yeah, we're really excited. Everyone can't wait. It's tough to sleep at night because everyone's so excited to get to Boston. This will be some of the biggest games that any of us will ever play in, so we couldn't be more excited.
I think I know you're good enough to know that you want to talk about team, but we have to talk about the Hobie hat trick, and we have to talk about Minnesota dominating that. Your thoughts on the other two guys, Dryden McKay and Ben Myers, and yourself? What do you guys have in common, and what would winning that award mean to you?
Yeah, I don't know a lot about them because I haven't played against either of them, but I know that they're drivers for their team. They're their team's best players that help them win games and are one of the reasons that they are where they are.
Talk about your game. We've talked about this all year. You've stepped it up. You're having a very, very successful season offensively, but it's not just that. It's the defensive end. It's the special teams. It's all those things. What's it been like this year for you, putting it all together?
Yeah, it's obviously important to play both ends of the rink, special teams, power play, penalty kill, because if you're contributing on the offensive end but you can score it on the defensive end, you're not making a good impact on the game. So, I think that just trying to go out and do my best at both ends, try to outwork the other team.
Is it additional pressure for you knowing that there's an awards ceremony coming up on Friday when you're going to play Thursday, hopefully play Saturday? Does it feel different for you, or are you just trying to make it one day at a time?
Yeah, I think we're definitely taking it one day at a time. We're not really thinking too much about that awards ceremony. I think our main focus is just Michigan.
Okay, so let me ask you about Michigan. This is a team that's very stylistic like you. They're fast, they're talented. What do you have to do to beat these guys?
Yeah, I think obviously everyone knows kind of the game they play and who they have on their team. It's kind of just we have to go out there and outwork them. We have to play within our structure better than they do. We have to go in and not try to outskill them, but just try to defend harder and get to their net front and just try to play a harder game than them.
I've been around you guys all year long, and I think two things stand out. Number one is, from day one, this team has had winning the national championship as the main goal. Nothing else really matters as long as you win the national championship. So that's number one. Part two of that question is, your depth is so deep that I think line number 4 might be the difference in this one. Your thoughts?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's what our huge thing for our team's been all year is our forward depth and our defensive depth. I think that we got 6D that can play against anyone, and we got 12 forwards that can play against anyone every game. I think that's won us games this year, and we don't want to get away from that.
Have you been to Boston before? Been to TD Garden?
I've never been to TD Garden, but I've been to Boston.
Your thoughts on what this week is going to be like? You leave tomorrow, you get a send-off here, then you get there and get settled in. Is it going to be like a normal game week, do you think?
Yeah, I think it will be kind of similar to our last regional, so we're getting used to that. It's nice that we got that opportunity to play there and have the same schedule because I think we'll be well prepared for this weekend.
We know a lot of the DU alum will be there. They'll be there in full force to support you guys. How important is it to bring home that big trophy back here as far as the program itself?
Yeah, obviously that's probably our biggest motivation of winning is for the people that have come before us, what they've built this program into, and we reap the benefits of all of their hard work with this new locker room and all the benefits we get. So we definitely want to go in there and make them proud.
Bobby Brink, Minnetonka's own. Bobby, good luck this week, okay?
Thank you.
Really, JR, you think you can still do this?
I'm focused.
You're way too old to hit that target from there.
I've been listening to everything you said. It's been running through my head, locked and loaded.
All right, still got it. Still got it.
Who's old now?
Questions for Coach? All right, TC, first of all, congratulations on the Coach of the Year nomination. Your thoughts on that?
We got good hockey players.
Tell me a little bit about what you expect out of Michigan coming up.
Yeah, I mean it's different preparation than what we did for Loveland certainly. You look right at it. That's 7 first rounders, most ever in college hockey. A lot of skill, a lot of talent. They can make plays and they can make you pay. quickly for any mistakes that you make. So power play is exceptional. So I mean, it's a really good hockey team, different again than what we've played, but. We see good teams in our league week in, see good hockey players in our league week in, week out, and but it's going to be an exciting battle for sure come next.
In the year, how much experience have you seen from your guys, and how much growth have you seen over the year?
Yeah, a lot. Probably the most from St. Paul to Loveland, though, to be honest, the way we were able to kind of adjust and adapt our game and hardening ourselves a little bit to have to win some ugly hockey games, tied going into the third both nights, find a way to get a late goal to go up ahead, and again have to kill the 5v6 both nights. Obviously the Duluth game we get the power play, which makes that a little bit easier, but I'm just really proud of our guys for being able to stick with it and not beating ourselves.
Final one for me, it's a bit different with the week off and in preparation. So, a good thing, bad thing? How do you feel about that when you're this hot?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably indifferent. It is what it is. We've been in this scenario a lot the last 5-6 years. So you try and use it to your advantage and make sure that everyone's getting healthy and rejuvenated to go put our best foot forward in Boston 7-8 days from now.